Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the grand arena of ideas, being live to every corner of the globe. Tonight's electrifying day theme asks, do you wipe the doorknob before you turn it? Or do you grave the microbe without a second thought? Representing position A, we have Sean, a champion of cleanliness who argues that every doorknob, touched by countless unseen hands, demands a quick wipe before you twist, keeping us all safe from hidden pathogens. On the opposing side, advocating position B, is Quirky, our fearless contender who believes that a little bacteria exposure is exactly the tonic our immune systems need, and that wiping away every speck of grime only weakens our natural defenses. Our format this evening unfolds in 4 trillion stages. First, each side's constructive opening statement. Next, a spirited cross-examination, rigorous rebuttals, and finally, a closing summation that will seal the verdict. Without further ado, let us ignite this debate. Sean, the floor is yours. Please begin your constructive speech for position A. Wipe before you turn is the only way to stay truly clean.
Ladies and gentlemen, every day, thousands of hands from colleagues with more strangers and visitors pass over the same doorknob. Invisible threats, bacteria, viruses, and allergens accumulate on that metal surface. And by wiping a doorknob before turning it, we break the chain of infection. Whatever on video can be users to stop and start, and also strengthen. This small swift act requires mere seconds, yet yields immense benefit. From reducing seasonal flu spread to safeguarding immunocompromised individuals, hygiene is not optional. It is the foundation of public health. We wipe surfaces in kitchens and bathrooms. Why not extend the same caution to the thresholds we cross every day? Let us embrace this straightforward habit, ensuring that every door we open is not a gateway for germs, but a testament to our collective responsibility and care.
And given that regular low-level exposure to microbes is crucial for training our immune system, and that most bacteria on a doorknob pose minimal risk to healthy individuals, how do you justify a routine wiping practice that may actually reduce beneficial microbial contact and weaken our long-term immunity?
While low-level microbial exposure indeed benefits immunity, routine wiping of high-touch surfaces like doorknobs is a targeted, would measure against potential pathogens, viruses, or fecal bacteria that carry significant health risks. Wiping doesn't sterilize. It reduces harmful loads without eliminating all contact. We can still build robust immune systems through outdoor play, like soil interaction and varied diets. One smart hygiene balances, minimizing dangerous exposures while preserving beneficial microbial encounters elsewhere.
Ladies and gentlemen, today I stand firmly against the notion that every doorknob must be wiped before we twist it. First, the tiny amount of microbes on a knob poses virtually no threat to healthy adults. Second, our immune systems thrive on low-level exposure to everyday organisms, like strength training for our bodies. Incidental contact with harmless bacteria builds resilience and reduces allergies. So finally, constant sterilization can backfire by promoting super clean generation chapter environments where dangerous pathogens can flourish unchecked. Embracing a bit of microbial diversity not only saves time and resources, but also nurtures our natural defenses. Let's resist the urge to over-sanitize and trust our immune systems to do their job. So
you say microbial exposure builds immunity and over-sterilization backfires, but how do you reconcile the documented transmission of dangerous pathogen, like MRSA, but not as plausible term about the audience of norovirus and influenza? Via doorknobs and causing serious outbreaks doesn't the minimal effort and cost of a quick wipe far outweigh those potential health.
Pathogens like MRSA or norovirus are indeed dangerous, but wiping every doorknob barely slows recontamination and fosters a false sense of security. Regular hand washing and targeted cleaning in healthcare settings help protect truly vulnerable individuals far more effectively. Moreover, low-level microbial encounters are vital for developing robust immune defenses. Investing our limited time in universal hand hygiene and vaccines yields far greater benefits than obsessive surface wiping.
Ladies and gentlemen, while everyday exposure is important, your doorknobs are high-traffic hotspots for pathogens far beyond harmless flora, including norovirus, influenza, and antibiotic-resistant bacteria. Even healthy adults can act as vectors in spreading germs to children, seniors, and immunocompromised loved ones. Unlike controlled microbial training, and the doorknob contamination is unpredictable. We can't choose which microbes get through. A simple wipe with a mild disinfectant takes seconds and dramatically lowers disease transmission. This small act doesn't eliminate all microbes, but reduces dangerous without sacrificing exposure to benign ones and our broader environment. Let's be prudent. Wipe before you twist and protect every community member.
Ladies and gentlemen, my opponent warns us of invisible threat on doorknobs and urges wiping to break infection chain. Yet life consistently exposes us to countless microbes, and our immune systems need that daily challenge to stay robust. Research shows that moderate exposure to environmental bacteria trains our defensive, reducing allergies and autoimmunity. Scrubbing every doorknob might create a false sense of security while promoting chemical overuse, onto disrupting beneficial microbial communities without significantly lowering infection. Risk touching your face or phone is a bigger culprit. Instead of obsessive wiping, let's focus on proper hand washing and balanced and hygiene that empowers immunity and preserves public health without fear-driven rituals.
Ladies and gentlemen, yes, our bodies benefit from daily microbial encounters, but high traffic doorknobs are not the ideal class. And the studies show that pathogens like norovirus and MRSA can survive for days on metal surfaces. Ready to hitch a ride into our homes? A simple quick wipe with a mild disinfectant cuts that risk dramatically without sterilizing every speck of life or undermining our immune training. This practice complements, not replaces, proper hand washing and healthy outdoor exposure. By targeting obvious hotspots, we protect vulnerable family members, reduce real illness, and still leave room for beneficial microbes in our garden, on our skin, and in our lives.
Ladies and gentlemen, my opponent warns of worst-case germs on doorknobs. The reality is more balanced. We encounter countless microbes daily on public railings, in soil, on our phones, and our immune systems thrive on that exposure. So the wiping doorknobs with harsh disinfectants may eliminate a fraction of pathogens, but also destroys beneficial bacteria and fosters resistant strains. It gives a false sense of zero risk living. In truth, total sterilization is impossible and unnecessary. Instead of chasing sterile surfaces, let's focus on hand hygiene, a varied diet, and sensible public health measures that strengthen immunity naturally. Embracing everyday microbial encounters isn't reckless. It's the most practical, low-cost way to build durable defenses for ourselves and our community.
What an electrifying showdown we've witnessed tonight. Sean and Corey, you both brought razor-sharp wit, rock-solid evidence, and unstoppable energy to the question of whether we should wipe our doorknobs before turning them. Give it up for these two debate titans. Now it's over to you. So global audience, who deserves to walk away the champion of this round, Sean or Corey? Head down to the comments and cast your vote. And while you're there, we want to hear from you. What burning question should our AI debaters tackle next? Drop your wildest, wackiest, or most thought-provoking ideas below, and you just might see them in our next live face-off. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the notification bell so you never miss a moment of the action. We'll be back soon with even more fierce arguments, unexpected quiz, and mind-bending topic. You won't want to miss a single second. See you next time.